guys are a musical.
That's what I've been trying to tell them.
Right.
You know.
Well, you've been a musical on the road, and you self-promote, you self-manage. It's everybody in the van. It's book the tours, book the shows, play the shows, city to city, couch to couch, floor to floor, occasionally hotel room, probably.
Yeah.
So the business of an indie band, no matter what kind of music you're playing, is really important. And you've got a method. So what's the method? What got you to 6
question.
weeks on the road and together at the same time?
It was a joint effort that we started. It was the Drenched Earth tour with Chris Castle. When we decided we wanted to build tours and go out there and get outside of the Ohio scene. And it was really anybody's best guess at this point. I mean, I don't think there is any like one proven formula for any indie band out there. We just use the internet. Without the internet, I don't think it would be possible because within an instant we can find the best venues in a town, search for who the booker is, email them, give them the best sales pitch that you got, and if you get the gig, then there's a whole other slew of things. You got to get a hold of the newspapers, and there's a local television show that we might be able to do performance interview on, radio. There's just a whole bunch that goes into it. Once you book it, then you have to promote it effectively, and that's another thing that's anybody's best guess. Facebook, the internet, Twitter, and all these things, email lists. But as far as how it works, we just sort of divide into a team. We scout the venues, and I'm usually the one who will either email or book, or Haley will do a bit of that as well. Noah handles graphic design stuff, poster stuff. Cory handles like the promotional side, the internet-based things. And without delegating the responsibilities like that, it would be pretty overwhelming.
So you guys have to actually have band business meetings that, okay, here's what it is?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do.
They're very necessary to keep 4 people on the same track and all that.
It looks a lot like this.
Without the instruments?
Yes,
Right.
pretty much.
Okay. Okay, and you're on the road for a long time, and so what happens on the road when things go wrong? Are you like constantly on the net, logistics-wise, and advancing shows and doing, the follow-up, or how does that work?
We try to lay as much out beforehand, before we ever even get in the van to go, as we can. And most of it does get laid out as far as where we're sleeping and where we're playing and all those things. So mostly it's just, we're just waiting on some sort of emergency to happen with the van or something that we have to deal with, which did happen once.
We were blessed this past tour we were on. Nothing happened to the van. The tour before that in the spring
Blew an axle rod.
in Tennessee, and it was fun and interesting, but
It sucked a lot of our tour funds out, but Lester and Deuce had us patched up and at the gig that night, so
Yep.
we were good to go.
So you didn't miss a show?
no,
Nope.
we didn't miss
Still
the
played
show.
the show that night and everything. And cooked it all.
$530 later.
Well, but you make so much more at the gig, so therefore
Right.
you only have a little bit of money left over.
Right, right. No, it's all good. It's all good.
All right, so so you're off the road now, and what's next? You got to get more songs. So you got the songs for the next record yet?
We're working on it.
Working on them.
Yep. That's pretty much the main thing we're focusing on right now, is writing a new record.
So how does that go? Do all the writers contribute, and you guys get the thumbs up and the thumbs down?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it to the table, and
We're still kind of, I don't want to say private when it comes to songwriting, but we haven't really tried. Like, usually one of us will bring a song, and then we'll all put our 2 cents in, like as far as production goes. But like, as writing the song itself, that's usually still,
Usually one person
yeah,
writes
brings
the
the song.
lyrics and the music.
Well, songs come from different forms, and,
Oh, yeah.
and from the band perspective, it gives you variety and versatility in terms of what's going on, and not everyone has to go down to Nashville and do the co-write
Right.
thing.
Right.
So
It would be interesting, though. I think we might try
Yeah, I mean,
something,
we're still
for this.
pretty early.
Right.
in this
Just-
whole
yeah, it's
thing,
pretty early
so
in
there's
your
a lot
game.
of things yet to be tried, for sure.
It's exciting.
Okay. Well, Tony, we haven't talked about your style of writing and method of writing, and So let's dig into the Tony hat and figure out how this stuff comes.
It's a lot of form-based things. I started like trying to write songs when I was about 14, and although there was like metal music, a lot of lyrical devices remain the same from genre to genre. You'll have, you know, if you look at anybody from any genres, you look at their lyric sheet, it's going to have verse, you know, or intro, verse, chorus, and then lead break, then verse 3, or do they go back to the chorus or somewhere else into the bridge? So all those forms tend to be generally the same as far as a roadmap for the song. And so I try to keep those in mind, but when it comes to any methods, it's just if you have an idea and it doesn't seem stupid, you pursue it, and after you're done with it, if it still doesn't seem stupid, then you continue with it. And I know stupid's not a very academic adjective, but it's if you can feel good about it, was what I mean. You know, if you can picture yourself singing it for someone, or you know, whether it be the bandmates or family or fans, then if you can see yourself singing it and you don't feel contrived, I think that's a big
That's
component.
a real key,
Yeah.
to contrive and keeping it honest. And you know, if it, from what I'm getting with you guys, if it really was stupid, you'd let them know, right?
Yeah, I think we would.
Yeah,
We probably wouldn't say that's stupid, but we'd let them know.
You're dumb.
Okay,
So is your
so you bring a song in, and how does everyone else's contribution just happen organically, and it's kind of a you know?
I would say for the most part.
It's a mix of both, because
Yeah.
the person who wrote it usually has some idea
Right.
of what they want to hear, and they try to communicate that to everyone as best they can. But we
I
still
also find, though,
allow
that
everybody
the
to...
closer we become, we don't have to talk much.
Right.
You know, parts just come.
We kind of know what each other
Yeah,
wants out of the
we
song
know
more and
each
more.
other's tastes,
Unless,
and
yeah.
unless they're just going for something really weird and off the wall that they.
Okay, let's talk about, you know, the recording of the song. How does that happen?
In our living room.
Okay.
With a laptop. We've saved up band fund over the years, and we've acquired some gear. It's not great gear, but it works, and that's it. We set up the mics, and once we feel like the song's ready, we lay it down.
So do you lay it down all at once, or overdub the vocals, or?
We usually layer it. At least that's the case with the debut record and the new
And the
release,
EP.
the EP.
We don't have all the means to do it all at once.
We need more stuff.
We
You
need
need more channels, more
Right.
mics, more of this. And,
So,
and the thing of it is if you're playing, you know, if you're all playing at once,
Who's
Who's
you
gonna
need- who's
engineer?
who's gonna not only just hit a button, but kind of like actually
Yeah.
kind of have an overview of what's
Yeah.
going on. So,
yeah.
so is there? Are you gonna have, as you go on, are you thinking about going outside for any kind of production assistance or engineering assistance?
We're considering it for this next one, maybe.
But
There's
a
a part of
final
us that wants to
decision
do it
has been
at
made.
home because, you know, it's just how we do it. And then there's another part of it that we do know someone that he's a very good friend of ours that lives in Connecticut, and he has a great studio, and he offered to let us come record. So we're thinking about it.
So, the song "Sugar Honey," what's that about?
Sugar Honey is about not working for the sugar. Honey.
Okay.
And
And the sugar would be?
it could be anything. It's just a matter of what you pursue and why you're pursuing it loosely. But it's one of my more lackadaisical approaches to lyrics. I had a melody and a chord progression, and it reminded me of a lot of the jazz singers around the 30s and the 40s, like Boswell Sisters, Mills Brothers.
Yeah.
Big fans of the way they arranged those harmonies. It wasn't just like Everly Brothers had great harmonies, Simon and Garfunkel had great harmonies, but there was something about how adventurous they were back then with dissonance and movements that I was a big fan of. So this was just sort of my attempt to capture that, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to sing a song like that. So I didn't feel contrived or stupid, and so then there it was.
Check it off the list.
And here's a song.
And you know, I recently got into the Boswell Sisters. And,
oh my
man.
gosh,
So
aren't
good.
they?
You know, there's.
Well, they were amazing.
You're right. You know, and you know, I've even read where Ella Fitzgerald said that she got a lot of ideas
Connie
off.
Boswell.
Yeah.
The main.
Yeah.
The main
Well,
sister.
this doesn't sound anything like that, but you got the close harmony going, and you know, it does. I mean, I don't hear where you came from, but I hear the time, this stylistically where you came from. So, would you guys play it for us?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Guys ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Stop working for the sugar, honey. Find a love that won't need your money. Find a river that's steady and slow. And like a leaf you'll go where the wind will go.
I've been looking high, I've been searching low. I open my eyes, I still can't find peace of mind. I've been working for the sugar, honey. I've been sweating in the sun, baby, and I still can't find peace of mind.
Stop sweating for the sugar, honey. When you're gone, you won't need your money. Find a rhythm that's steady and slow. And let the music go.
Let the music go.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do, do, re, do, do. Do, do, re, do, do. Do, do, re, do, do, do.
So thank you guys for being on Words and Music. So where does the greater population in the universe find the Womack family band?
WomackBand.com.
WomackBand.com. And what will they find there?
They'll find music,
Music?
information,
Okay. Little background.
right? Things that this makes.
Yes,
You'll
okay.
find our schedule,
Yes,
where we'll
yes,
be
yes.
playing. You
Video
can
performances.
buy discs off of us or shirts
Mm-hmm.
and various other types of merchandise, I think. And
Video
links.
performances.
Yes, videos, links, all sorts of
All sorts of good stuff.
stuff you'd expect to find on a band's website.
And that website again is?
WomackBand.com.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
That was
us.
great.
I'm Tommy Wiggins, and you're watching Words and Music. We've been hanging out with the sweet harmony singing Womack Family Band. Be sure to join us next time for another round of Words and Music.